Hello. Welcome. Welcome to my live webinar on AI for real estate agents. I have a workbook and I put the link in the comments. I'm showing it on the screen. I want you guys to go ahead and get the link. It's in the comments section. Let me know if you can download it. I can see your comments, so feel free to post comments as you see fit. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join, but I wanted to show you guys how you can use AI to grow your real estate business. It's going to show you how to scale, how to be omnipresent all over social media. You don't have to think, and you just have to have a little bit of creativity, or you can just steal the creativity from someone else, but you're going to have some thought-provoking ideas to get it going, but it's not real hard. And I'm going to share my vault of like 30 plus prompts, and you guys will get the workbook. So I put the link on the screen. It goes straight to Canva. You can download it, have it, look at it. I'm going to have it on the screen, and I want you guys to be able to use it. So one of the things that I learned about AI, and this is just a little bit of the backstory of why I created this, was that I didn't know what to ask it. Like, I didn't understand how it could help me. And you have to like know what you can do with it in order to use it. Like, you have to know what it's capable of. And once you unlock that idea in your brain, oh my gosh, you start asking it so many things. It's not like Google. It's something where you can start thinking of all those things that you ever wanted to do. Like if you ever wanted to write a book, if you ever wanted to deep dive on any kind of subject. Honestly, you guys, like one of the coolest things ever is if you don't have time to read a bunch of books, if the book is on the internet and it's been out for a while, you can ask it to summarize an entire book for you, like Cliff Notes version. So if you wanted to grow your real estate business and do things in the Cliff Notes way, because you don't have time to read like 10 real estate books, it literally can do that for you. It's so bougie. So this is my workshop with you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my Stan Store also in the link in my bio, because a lot of people were asking me for in a TikTok live, you guys were asking me for the referral lead sources that you can sign up for all these different companies and get leads by referral only. So you don't pay up front. You can practice on those leads before you buy leads. You guys don't want to buy leads if you're new to doing leads. Otherwise, like, go to a team that's going to train you and you use their leads. I would never tell like newer agents to spend thousands of dollars on leads without you knowing, like, getting feedback from a team leader, like knowing what to do, because you can waste a lot of money. I had a girl accidentally sign up for $2,000 and then she was getting really excited with it, was showing bunches of homes to people, and then started spending $5,000 a month. But then she got overwhelmed and got ahead of herself and was like locked into a contract. It's not what you want to do. So, and these companies will sell you all the leads. So let's just start. This is a wake-up call. AI is here. And I know people still use Google. Google is the number one search engine. We all know that, and we can all safely say that Google is still the number one way people search. However, if you want to scale faster and you want to be seen everywhere, especially with social media, a lot of people ask me, how are you posting so much? Like, how are you all over the place? Well, first of all, I work a lot. But second of all, I have a creative side that comes out at night. And I literally write all of my social media at night. But I do start with 5 ideas. Like, I start with me, the body, my story. I start with my hook. And I have chat a lot of times write a lot of it for me with my style, but I had to teach it my style. So I uploaded about 7 pages of information about myself. And so for me, it's helping me create a lot of social media, but it does a lot more than that. So for you, I want to know what's currently eating up most of your time each week. What are you doing that's costing you so much time? Look in your phone and see, like, am I wasting time making meal plans for my family? Am I wasting time trying to write emails one at a time to my clients? Or am I wasting time trying to read content and books and things for my real estate business when you could sum up the book, right? And what's something that you should be doing in your business, but you can't find the time for? For me, I started ordering my groceries, and that way I could do more stuff with AI, and I'm not shopping at the store anymore. I'm saving money. So little things where you could tweak in your everyday. And where do you feel stuck when it comes to consistently? Like, are you not doing the things every day that you need to be doing? Because you could have like ChatGPT coach you. You could tell it, I need to be more consistent with my workouts and my eating plan, and I need to be consistent with my daily calls. Can you please come up with a time blocking schedule for me? And this is my typical schedule. You can hook it to your Google Calendar. It can review what you have going on, and it can make recommendations. So if you pay for the $20 a month one, you can hook it up to a lot of systems. And right now you can even hook it up to Zillow. You can ask it to, even if you wanted to email all your neighbors, or you wanted to, let's say you're on a Facebook group for your neighborhood. You live in, my neighborhood is Waterway Palms. You live in Waterway Palms neighborhood, and you want to tell everybody on the Facebook page, what are the days on market? What is the average sale price per square foot for each home? How many homes are active on the market? All those things. You don't even have to go on your MLS, log in, look it all up, write it all down, factor it up. You can literally ask ChatGPT. You will have to be very specific on what you want, all of the details that you want to be able to put it. And then you need to tell it to write you the post to post it on Facebook to the group. And I know some of you will say, well, there's like 10 other realtors in my neighborhood. Who cares? Who cares? They don't own all the listings. They don't own the people. And you might feel like, oh, well, they're going to not like me because I post this. Oh, well, if you got a listing from posting consistently the neighborhood stats every single month, you wouldn't care what other people thought of you posting that. And if you think of it first, or you do it first, then no one is going to really be able to copy you, if that makes sense. So the goal is to want to put yourself out there. You can't worry about what people think. So I definitely think you have to overcome that mindset. So you can have it manually write your listing descriptions. I always say put hooks, don't use flowery adjectives, list out the features and highlights of the location. You don't have to spend hours brainstorming social media. When you're doing things like social media, you want to think about, what are the top 5 seller issues today sellers are facing? What are the top 5 buyer issues buyers are facing today in real estate? And I want you to help me come up with Facebook posts. So it can give you like meat and different thoughts and questions and objections. And then you could take that and create your post with it. And then you want to add your pictures. And you can also ask it, hey, I don't know what to say to my SOI. Come up with an email to send to my SOI this week. Come up with my letter to the heart. I want to tell people that I want to apologize for not reaching out, but I want something to say to them. It'll give you ideas. So it can be your creative muse. So other ways that you can use AI to your advantage. Section 2 is you can automate lead nurture messages. You can automate it in your CRM. You can use AI integrations. There's so many out there. You can Google them. You can ask ChatGPT, what's an AI integration for my CRM? And it will tell you some. You can create listing descriptions, write captions and hooks for social posts. Tell it you want the most engaging social post. Tell it you want a rant. Tell it you want something so controversial that everyone would comment on it, and then see what ideas it comes up with. Tell it you want it to research all of the news articles of real estate that came out last week, and you want it to pick a controversial article or a really good real estate article that you think your SOI needs to know about and summarize it. So then you could make a video about the article based on the summarization of ChatGPT. It'll go out there and search it. You can also build email newsletters, which I'm going to share with you very shortly. A link to Tristan Ahumada's, he owns Lab Coat Agents. He has his own ChatGPT he built that builds you an email newsletter for your city, state. You just have to feed it like the actual info to build it, the newsletter, and then it'll just boom, it'll write them all for you. You can literally schedule all of your emails out for like weeks in advance. So it'll also create video scripts and Reels ideas. You guys, sometimes I run out of ideas for TikToks, and I have to ask chat, like, what is a good TikTok engaging video that agents might want to know something about real estate that I can teach them? Me being in the business for 26 years, being in real estate, what is a compelling thing that agents want to know right now? And it'll tell me some ideas, and then I'll say, okay, give me a hook, and then I'll make the video based on that hook. Now I can just talk all day long. I don't need it to write me a script, but I could just read off a script and then pause in between reading. But I think you guys would know that I was not being authentic because I cannot remember scripts. It's so hard. You can analyze your database. You can take your people in your database, send it to an Excel spreadsheet. You can upload that to ChatGPT, the pro version, and ask it to analyze the database and come up with ways to reach out to people, who you should reach out to them and how often you should reach out to them, what to say to them, everything. The more information you have on the people in your database, the better. Birthdays, anniversaries, you can make it automated, and you can also tell it to remind you. So every morning, my ChatGPT reminds me a whole list of things that I should be doing today to make myself more efficient. Okay. So I can't do everything it gives me to do, but it can literally stack my whole day for me and tell me like what I should be doing to stay top of mind with my clients and my SOI. And so you can make it hold like you accountable. If you get like your to-do list every morning and then you recap in the evening, it sends you a little reminder and says, let's recap what you did today. And so you tell it what you did and didn't do, and then it'll create your list for tomorrow. So you can literally have it send you news articles every single morning so you can keep yourself fresh. You can make it send you the hot sheets for certain neighborhoods every single week. You just have to tell it, and it literally sends you an email. It's that crazy. So you can generate all these workflows and templates. It's boggling. The mind is boggled for me, because once you realize how unlimited this is, it's how creative you can get. So look at these integrations, you guys. Automations with Canva and CapCut and Google Sheets. All of my documents, it makes in Google Sheets and Google Docs and saves them in my Google Drive. It's so crazy. I can have it make me anything. Notion for social media planning. You don't even need that. You can create, if you have the $20 version, you can create little project folders and keep all your chats, your good ones, in project folders so you can save them for later. A lot of people don't know that you can do that. It's very high level. I have all these project folders so I can refer back to them. But a lot of people also don't know that ChatGPT is searchable. So you can also search chat for like, so if I said, oh man, where's that recipe for crock pot beef over rice that it told me about the other day? I can't find it in all my chats. It'll find it and serve it back up to me. All right. So section 4, we're going to talk about a case study. This is me. Okay. I have not done my email newsletter for more than 6 months. I want to say it was like 8 or 9 months. I had not done the email newsletter. We had transitioned from one of those services, and it wasn't MailChimp, but it was the other one that starts with a C, and it was like $300 a month. And I was so sick of having my admin have to redo the email newsletter and redesign it every single month with all the new listings. And I just felt like it wasn't that effective. And I wasn't really saying anything on these newsletters. They were just like we sold this and we sold that, and here's our new listings, right? It was just staying top of mind in front of people. Well, I decided to use chat to write on my email newsletters with my topics and things that I am passionate about. And I decided to start doing them. And literally in 3 months, I had 2 listings. And now I have 2 or 3 buyers that have come back around and they want to buy an investment property in my new city in Myrtle Beach. And it's because they're seeing my emails now, and I'm doing them every week. You guys, once I realized I don't have to write all these by hand myself, and it's just basically on the topics that I want to talk about, but I could create like a nice email flow. I was like obsessed. So I started sending them every week, and I'm getting anywhere between a 20% open rate to a 35% open rate, which is really good. So I'm using it to write the subject lines as well. So I tell it to write me a hook subject line, and I'm telling you, it works. I have 800 people. Out of the 800 people, only 200 to 300 people are opening these emails, okay? And they're not reading it all, but I'm staying top of mind. And so I literally got 2 listings and now 2 or 3 buyers that want to buy investment properties, because I started sending out like beach stuff, right? So you got to think to yourself, my problem was I couldn't get my email newsletter out because I don't know how to use Flowdesk, and I didn't want to use expensive email software. The AI tool is the newsletter writer. It fixed it. My results are I got a couple more deals. It's totally worth the time that I put into it. Cost me nothing. I'm using Follow Up Boss to send the emails. I'm not even using the email program. So I would 100% apply this in your business. So here are my prompts. I'm not going to go over all of these, but you guys have this Canva link, so you guys can have these for yourself. You can just take them. But here are a whole bunch. Write me 3 Instagram captions for like a property. You could do 10 hooks about the market shift, carousel post. Those take a long time, but like there's so many in here, like Facebook captions, MLS descriptions. You could have it do all your emails for your database announcing your listings. If you notice, a lot of people online are doing all of their listings with chat. Like when you look on Instagram on the descriptions, they have all these emojis. You can tell it not to do emojis. You can tell it not to make a lengthy adjective, like too many flowy words. You can tell it to not look like some of the people have like the very generic chat descriptions. I would tell it to be more specific. So you can see follow-up messages. You can have it look at your emails, and you could actually have it draft an email if you're not comfortable drafting a really important, you want it to look at an inspection report. You upload the inspection report, have it look at the major items, have it draft your repair request, look it over, and tell it to sound professional and to highlight the items that your clients want to fix. Maybe you edit it and take out the ones that your clients didn't want, and bam, you just copy paste it in your email and send it over with the copy of the inspection report. So it can save you so much time versus you typing out each and every single bullet point, and maybe making a mistake or missing one. And it will think of things. And I also asked it to tell me the possible cost of the repairs. And it went online and researched all of the repairs and gave me estimates for each repair so I could discuss with my clients in detail. And I even asked it to estimate the repairs in that city or state. So, because in Florida, like roof repair might cost different than in South Carolina. So you want to be specific when you ask it to research prices for things. And you want to be able to look like an expert with your clients. So it can help you look at repair inspection reports and analyze them. You can have it give you text message ideas to re-engage your database. You can have it create a schedule for you as a high-performing real estate agent. You can have, it do a to-do list of priority items. So like the book, Eat That Frog, tell it, I want you to run me like the book, Eat That Frog. And I want you to prioritize my day in the most important money-making activities first, and also working out. And then I want to spend from 4 p.m. on with my kids and eating dinner and spending time with my family or whatever. And it will blow your mind. It'll be crazy and tell you what to do, and also remind you if you want it to. So these are just, there's so many ways you can do this. I just wanted to open your mind about this. And here's the email newsletter prompt. As I promised, here's some prompts you can create yourself, or here's the one here, right there, Tristan Ahumada newsletter. He literally built a Chat GPT. So you open Chat GPT and you add this custom GPT to it. Like, you're already logged in, you go to this link, and pow, it opens up inside of GPT. It's always going to be there on the left, and you just answer the little questions. You tell it you want to do a newsletter, and you answer all the little questions about you and your city and your state. And it's quite a few questions, and it'll start popping out your newsletter just for you. This is so exciting, you guys. Like, you can't make it any easier. You can't. Like, this is too good. And you guys have this copy. So, all right. So I'm going to give you guys a little challenge. As I said, I wasn't going to make this very long. It's just really to crack open your mind and give you some ideas and let your creative juices flow so you guys can go out there and start practicing with it. Here's some things you can do. Create your first prompt for your listing copy. And here's what I would do. Tell it, if you have a listing and it's not brand new and it's been listed before, maybe 2 or 3 times, tell it to research 123 Banana Street in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, all of the previous listings, and that you're going to be listing it. And the sellers did this and this and this, and they replaced the HVAC and the roof and these dates and all the things that the sellers told you, and tell it to come up with a new listing copy based on what it found on the internet about the home already. Because a lot of times, if your client bought it and then some people bought it before, the listing was probably good, the listing copy, right? So you ask your clients, why did you buy this home? Why did you like it? You want to make sure that it puts that in there in the listing copy. Okay. Build a ChatGPT saved prompt doc. You could tell it to build a bunch of prompts for you and save it in a doc. So you could go back to those prompts and do them every single month, because you're going to be doing consistent things every month. Write 3 captions for your social media. Automate a nurture sequence. So like, you're going to nurture some clients. Tell it that you want to nurture some clients for 6 months, and you want referrals, and you're going to do it for 6 months to a year, a set of group of people, and ask it to automate a bunch of emails. And so it will send you the email when it's ready for you to send it out. You can post 1 AI assisted video, meaning like, tell it that you're making a video for social media, for your Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, and ask it to give you ideas for the video. And you have to tell it your audience. So don't forget that. And so you're going to tell it to save 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day each week using a certain automation. And it'll come up with automations for you, but you have to feed it your habits. You have to tell it what you do, who your clients are, where you live, what cities you serve, your price point. Give the chat some information about you. And then you need to reflect on it after the 7 days, what worked, what didn't. So each day you do something different, and then reflect on what you liked, what you didn't like. This is just a big experiment, you guys, but it's working for a lot of people. And it's worked for me, so I'm sharing it with you. So think about what you want to do, your biggest takeaway from this. You can write it down, what you want to implement first. So I want to know, I gave you some bonuses too on this slide 10 and 11 and 12, I think, or 10 and 11. You have a whole bunch of things that you could do for social ideas. So you don't have to think of everything. I thought of 30 different ones. But you guys, tell me in the chat, like, what are you going to try out first? What are you going to try with chat first? If you haven't been using it, what are you going to use it for? I mean, these are all post ideas. A lot of them I've been using already. Before and after listing, how I save my client thousands by negotiating smart. You have to give it a little bit of context when you do this, though. You have to tell it like the real story behind it. Oh, I did the fun, did you know, a post about my cities. Go look on my Facebook and look about how Lake Norman, they're underneath the lake, there's a town that they dammed and the water is over the old town. They like covered graves and everything. Look at also, I did one on Myrtle Beach and I did one on Charleston, things you didn't know about Myrtle Beach and things you didn't know about Charleston. So, you know, it's really cool. I also do a lot of sharing tips for sellers because I want listings. I do tons of client testimonials. But yeah, Amanda, that's great that you're going to do the newsletter. I love that because it's really hard, you guys, to come up with all this stuff. And if you have this thing just cranking it out for you and just tell it to automate and send it to you every Tuesday, it's like, it's so easy. And I mean, think about it. If only 25% of your database is going to open the email anyway, what do you think they're going to read of it? Maybe like a first few lines. If it's really engaging and really fun and really cool, they might laugh. If you have a funny, witty personality, tell it to be silly and funny. Tell it you have a dry humor, that you're sarcastic. Tell it to a lot about yourself. Give it some samples of your writing. You could upload a ton of samples of your own writing, and I did that as well. And it literally sounds like me. When it comes up with my stuff, it's like exactly what I would say. Like I blow myself away with my chat. So I'm like, wow, this is great. I wouldn't even change it. I mean, it's kind of silly. Yeah, local spotlights are so good. You know what? If you like drinking beer and you like hanging out by the lake, or you want to go do the soccer complex or whatever, like highlight all those places. Here's the cool thing about that. If you highlight those places and you tell the sellers or the owners of those places that you're highlighting them, and you add, like, tag them in the comments or tag them in the post, that is reciprocal loyalty that you guys, those businesses will always be like, oh my gosh, Amanda's my realtor. Drew's my realtor. That is my person. I cannot tell you how many times I ate in one of these restaurants. I was pregnant and I ate in this restaurant like, 200 times in Lake Norman. That owner of that restaurant, I'm his real estate agent forever, because I frequented it all the time, and I added him on Facebook, and he knew me, my name. He called my name out when I walked in the door. I mean, but I was this was when Facebook was 2008, 2009, 2010. I was pregnant in 2012, and this guy was like, Sandy, every time I came in, it was like cheers. And I would tag his business all the time. I would show the plates of the food all the time and tag them, and they just, like, great people. So think about that, how I created that relationship, and I tagged that business constantly on my social media because I was like telling people to go eat there. Think about how powerful that is. And reciprocal loyalty is really real. Like, they will use you, and they will tell everyone to use you as a real estate agent. But yes, Paul, detailed follow-up plans for specific buyers. That is a huge one, because who has time? Do you guys know it used to take me like 12 hours to come up with a 1 or 2 year email follow-up plan for real estate leads? So, like, you don't even have to think. If you're going to go buy the realtor.com leads or whatever leads you want, you can ask ChatGPT to come up with a 2 year, because remember, leads are 12 to 18 months out on the average. Come up with a 2 year follow-up plan with text, calls, and emails, and write all the emails and the cadence for the entire follow-up plan based on what it thinks the best follow-up would be in order to convert the leads, and tell it what kind of leads they are, tell it the city and the state, and like have it write the whole plan for you, and then go into your CRM and just add it. It might only take you like a couple hours to add every single function. And then boom, every time you put a lead in there, you're on the plan. And depending on what month they are, they're getting that email and it's telling you to call them. And that's your like 12th call or whatever. And so with CRMs, you don't have to think. It's the plan starts from day one and goes for the life of the lead, right? The 2 years. And then you could have it at the end of the plan tell you that it's the end of the plan to put them on a new plan, like a nurture plan. So in Follow Up Boss, I have it to tell me like we're at the end of the follow-up. Like, what do you want to do next? Do you want to keep them in here following up with them, or do you want to put them in the pond? Because we have a pond. We have like 35,000 leads in my database. So it's a little crazy. We can't follow up with everybody. There's only like 15 of us. It would be, bonkers. Think about it. You guys have to reach out to real estate leads 40 times in the first week to get a hold of them. Like, that's like a typical, like a machine team that's getting in touch with people, that's converting at the highest level, is reaching out, call, text, email in the first week. So you could have chat automate some of that and also tell you like how to do it, like how the cadence. Like, we can't make this up. We don't know. We're real estate agents. We know how to sell houses. I don't know what to say every single email. So it can tell you, like, to grab people's attention, what would the subject line be? So these are just ideas. I hope this helped you guys. It's been about 30 minutes. So I'm going to end the webinar in a second, but please ask any questions really quickly, or you guys have my info. I'm going to put my email in the comments. I told a lot of people wanted me to record this because they were busy tonight. There was a couple big business planning sessions in both my markets, and everybody was like asking me for this recording, but I put my email in here. Oh yeah. Paul did it in 20 seconds, crazy fast with all the scripts and cadences. That is amazing. So there's my email. I put it in the comments. You guys have this workbook. Let me know what you think. Follow up with me. Tell me how it went for you the first week of the challenge of making some AI content and using it in your business. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. And I hope you have a great night tonight. And again, my Stan Store link is in there if you need anything off there. I have a bunch of free stuff. All right. Have a great night, guys. Thank you.